Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a preview of an early access demo that I got access to named Ayasa Shadows of Silence. This game took a huge inspiration from a game called Little Nightmares. I'm sure you've all definitely heard of this game. I'm sure you've all seen it 100%. It has a very similar concept to that, which I know a lot of people absolutely love that style of game. Me personally, I absolutely love that style of game. It was honestly definitely a winner in my book, and I absolutely adored that game. So when I saw that this game had a similar style, I was very excited. Now, I am going to start the video off a little bit sad with this the early access demo I got to try, which was the fact that there was a ton of bugs. Now, granted, this is an early access, I know, so since it was an early access of the demo, there is going to be a lot of bugs, there is going to be a lot of problems here and there. It also was extremely short. I think I would say the length of this early access demo I got to try was maximum maybe like half an hour, and that's excluding if there was bugs and problems that I ran into and stuff like that. I know there was a lot of issues with the AI, which was quite buggy sometimes. There was times I'd be hiding and it still somehow sees me. I really didn't understand that, but because of that, sadly, it wasn't as enjoyable as I hoped it would because of the bugs. But I know it was an early access, so I still gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna look past those because that's not really what's important here. What is important is the actual game itself. I forgot to mention, you may notice some visual bugs here and there with the recording. It wasn't me, it's just the game again. It was actually sort of struggling to run on my PC. I have a 3070 with an i7 7600K, and even with my PC it was struggling a lot at the start of the game. It was having a hard time running. My CPU was skyrocketing to 100%, same with my GPU percentage. Thankfully it did stabilize a little bit into the game. It's just the start of it did struggle. So if you notice some visual problems here and there with the actual game in terms of the graphics, again, it wasn't me. It's just the game is struggling to run. And again, visual problems, it is an early access, so it's not going to look stunning off the bat like this. Obviously there's going to be a lot more work put into the game. I think for what the game was, though, I think graphically with what they were going for, it actually did look good when it was all properly rendered in and stuff. I think the graphics definitely were held up for what it was. Again, this concept it had was like a 2D style type of game with like 3D graphics in the background and the character, which again is tailoring heavily towards a game like Little Nightmares, which everyone enjoyed. And again, graphically, I think it was good. I think it was okay. Concept of the game, again, you were kind of going along with this little character you have, and you were having to get through puzzles here and there. The ones I had to go through was like a rat puzzle. There was one where I had to kind of hide behind boxes to get through these tree monsters while they were carrying away people. There was a part where there was a massive eyeball where you had to hide behind boxes, avoid being in its sight, or otherwise it would disintegrate you. Stuff like that. I think that was quite cool. It was definitely enjoyable to get through these puzzles. Sometimes it was a little bit of a struggle because, again, the AI was just being really silly at some points. So it'd make it a little bit aggravating to try and get through these. But aside from that, like I said, the general idea of this game was fantastic. I definitely am I can't wait for when the full game does finally release next year. Again, graphically it was nice. There was a lot of scenes where, for instance, you were going along in a boat and you could see in the background the beautiful sky, the water. You could see in the background on a mountain things dropping off, like the tree monsters, I'm guessing, which I think was very cool to see as well. There was a fiery scene that looked quite beautiful at the start of the game. You had this cool little cutscene that played, which I think was also quite cool. It did give a little bit of an idea what the story is about in terms of, from what I understood, these trees all around in the forest came to life. Something happened, they came to life, and basically just started destroying the world, started capturing humans, all of that nonsense. That is what I managed to understand from the story. Again, apart from the story, mechanics wise it was good. You had your run and jump, your general, you could climb, you had your the way you could push things, which was again definitely expected for a game like this, but to push things so you could jump on them, stuff like that. Graphically was great. Again, it did struggle to run a little bit, but after a bit it did run perfectly good. And honestly, I think that this game, when it does fully release next year, has definitely got a good chance these days, because again, a lot of you played Little Nightmares. I'm sure a lot of you enjoyed it. You loved that game. I certainly did. So as soon as I saw this game, which has a very similar concept, I was immediately hooked. I was definitely excited for it, and I'm sure a lot of you will also be really excited for a game like this when it fully releases. Apart from that, don't really have much more to say. Again, there wasn't too much to the demo. Again, it was extremely short. I didn't really manage to experience too much, but again, for what I experienced, my final thoughts is graphically looks good. Gameplay wise, the controls are simple, but I think it works for games like this. You don't want to overcomplicate it, so I think that's fantastic. The puzzles in the game that you get to do are, I think, also good. I believe that they will definitely get better and better. I'm expecting them to get better and better, although for the ones I did manage to do, they were pretty cool. And overall, I think this game definitely has a really big chance when it's finally out next year. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you gonna play? Are you gonna check it out? Is this not maybe your typical type of game, so maybe you won't play it? Or did you enjoy what you could see through the gameplay, so maybe it's something that you'll definitely check out next year? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and remember, remain legend.